Studying brain oscillations to understand what makes a memory. Studying brain oscillations to understand what makes a memory stick. You're listening to Technical News Reading, presented by Hakeem Alibokas Alexander on Spreaker Social Podcasting, presented for World Reading Club in association with Uniquilibrium. This edition's reading focus comes to us from neurosciencenews.com. It was published under the category of Neuroscience on February 28, 2023. It is titled, Studying Brain Oscillations to Understand What Makes a Memory Stick. Summary. Memory formation requires higher frequency ripples in the hippocampus and lower frequency ripples in the parietal cortex. However, to make a memory stick, coordinated high-frequency ripples between the hippocampus and parietal cortex are required. Source: Columbia University. Neuroscientists know what makes a memory really stick is reconsolidation, when a new memory is reactivated by identical or similar experiences, stimulating the creation of additional and stronger neural connections. If researchers can better understand what happens in the brain during reconsolidation, new ways to strengthen memories weakened by dementia or to suppress unwanted memories in post-traumatic stress disorder potentially could be created. Oscillations in the brain's electrical activity, aka brain waves, are already known to play a role in the creation of new memories. So a team of Columbia neuroscientists, led by Jennifer Gelinas, MD, PhD, Assistant Professor of Neurology at Columbia University Vagelos College of Physicians and Surgeons, set out to determine how brain oscillations interact to help memories strengthen. To accomplish this, the neuroscientists recorded the brain oscillations of rats as they navigated a maze, finding watery wards they remembered and encountering new ones. The findings are published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. The recordings reveal that the coordination of brain oscillations between two brain regions, hippocampus and parietal cortex, plays a key role in solidifying long-term memories and differs from the brain oscillations primarily involved in creating initial memories. To make a memory stick, coordinated interaction between high-frequency ripples in the brain's hippocampus and high-frequency ripples in the parietal cortex was required, whereas memory creation required high-frequency ripples in the hippocampus and lower-frequency oscillations in the cortex. Simply, by looking at the brain recordings, the investigators could determine if rats were learning a new memory or strengthening an older one. Oscillations in the brain's electrical activity. Hold on, just lost my way. Here we go. Alright, let's start from here. Simply by looking at the brain recordings, the investigators could determine if rats were learning a new memory or strengthening an older one. The findings suggest that different mechanisms are at play when memories are consolidated and reconsolidated. Okay. Just tech difficulties. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do? This is so bogus. Oh, never mind. It's playing. So, all right. I have to read this from the laptop. Okay, where am I here? right, there's even an abstract of this paper. I gotta read this. Okay. The findings suggest that different mechanisms are at play when memories are consolidated and reconsolidated, which has potential clinical applications. Many neurologic conditions are characterized by either underactive or overactive retention of long-term memories. Says Galinas. It's possible that some of these oscillations we've identified are deranged in these conditions. A better understanding of this processes will lead to new ways of diagnosing and treating these memory issues. The team is now applying these findings to models of neuropsychiatric disease with the goal of identifying new opportunities for improving memory function. You've been listening to Technical News Reading, presented by Hakeem Ali Bokus Alexander on Spreaker. Social podcasting, presented for World Reading Club in association with Uniquilibrium. Neuroscience News continues with an abstract from the paper titled Hippocampal and Cortical Coupling Differentiates Long-Term Memory Processes. Reactivation of long-term memories enables experience-dependent strengthening, weakening, or updating of memory traces. Although coupling of hippocampal and cortical activity patterns facilitates initial memory consolidation, whether and how these patterns are involved in post-reactivation memory processes are not known. Here, we monitored the hippocampal cortex network as rats repetitively learned and retrieved spatial and non-spatial memories. What we show that interactions between hippocampal sharp wave ripples, SPWR, are cortical spindles. Okay. We show that interactions between hippocampal sharp wave ripples, SPWR, cortical spindles, SPI, and cortical ripples, CXR, are jointly modulated in the absence of memory, we show that interactions between hippocampal sharp wave ripples, SPWR, cortical spindles, SPI, and cortical ripples, CXR, are jointly modulated in the absence of memory demand, but independently recruited depending on the stage of memory and task type. Reconsolidation of memory after retrieval is associated with an increased and extended window of coupling between hippocampal SPW and CRX, compared with what... Alright. Reconsolidation of memory after retrieval is associated with an increased and extended window of coupling between hippocampal SPWRs and CXRs combined to the total consolidation. Hippocampal SPWR and cortical spindle interactions are preferentially engaged during memory consolidation. These findings suggest that specific time-limited patterns of oscillatory coupling can support the distinct memory processes that... Yeah. Alright. Well, I don't know what... Let me turn up this volume here. I got the volume up. And I can hear... Oh, yeah. Oh, it would probably be a good idea for me to shut this off. La la la.